This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Caught behind the line. It's Gibson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screen play. How does that happen?
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. Here's Sellers to throw. Makes the catch. It's Tuggle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Sellers. Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The kick is on its way. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. He'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Guys, let's chat about Florida and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the two top teams in the conference. These might be two of the better teams in the entire country. These two teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead, but this is a matchup. Regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference of college football you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position. You hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
Jones wants to throw it. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Ball. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Makes the grab. It's Mays. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll stop play here as they have a look at this injured Gamecock. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. This drive will open from the 15. Throwing, Sellers. Got a man, it's Clark.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a gain, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
And the Gamecocks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Unloads to the right. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Clark. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Here's Sellers to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Tuggle. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, South Carolina. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the option. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So 1st down here as they go back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Working that left side now. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to throw it. Stepping to the right. He's going to take off. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe two, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
Looking for blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Makes the catch. It's Gibson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Sellers. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent, you've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
The Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. With the catch, it's Bennett. It's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Jones wants to throw it. Gets rid of it. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. The short hands. It's Mays. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
Handoff for Ball. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They feed him again. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their second. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Jones to throw. It's complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Right down the boulevard. That brings them to within 1.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Throwing, Sellers. Makes the grab. It's Fuller. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
After the 9-yard completion, a wide-open playbook on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Powers through. Touchdown, Florida! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can pinpoint, and that's one right there. The offense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking it pick 6 all the way to the house, that could really end up costing him.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game, being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
defense playing a bail technique.
Here's the heat. And down he goes. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And the Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
And this defense, how about it, man? Putting some pressure on the quarterback, getting the big sack, but now letting him take off and get so many yards back and climb back in this third down situation. Good response by this offense from a disastrous first down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Jones wants to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Just make sure to take care of that football. He stopped after a short gain. It'll be third down. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with Texas taking on the number 13 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the Longhorns in front on the scoreboard and atop their conference standings. And it's hardly too early to dream big. This team is closing in on a 6-0 start. Could be a special season.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and the level the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Bringing the heat. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. They'll give it to Ball. Finding just steamrolling the defense. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Gators look to keep this drive humming. He wants to change this route. Jones to throw. Here's the pressure. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it. Came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
But you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. It is perfect. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Their first possession of this third quarter, still trailing. Defense did just force a field goal, and we'll see if they can grab some momentum with this drive. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground with the running back. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Sellers to throw. Finds his man. It's Tuggle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk and own that RP.
Could be an alley. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's got an open man. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Sellers buys a little time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Snagged out of the air. He works it inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19. That's where they'll spot it. Short of the first down, now a decision to be made. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! And they're back within a score here in the fourth.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
On the run, it's Pryor. You want want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
When you're a defense and they run the triple option, it is exhausting. You literally have to make sure you focus on your guy. They did an unbelievable job taking away the options. Quarterback had nowhere to go with the football. They strung him out towards the sideline. Great positive play by this defense.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
And they get him down.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Fires downfield. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Wants to bring it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Here comes the heat. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football. I got the lead. The clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten paths to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Throwing Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing right. It's complete. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offense.
There's some room. step and just dusted the field.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this two-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this two-minute drive.
They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
And take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? You want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances. Even with safeties, those guys, listen, they aren't as great as corners and covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Ball again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down, because from here, it would be a 58-yarder. Trying to set up the screen. He's down short of the line to gain. It'll bring up a 4th down. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their second. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He did not get there, and they'll have to give up the football, and they might have just seen this game slip away. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Sellers to throw. Going to take a shot. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Got some room to run. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And they've put themselves in great shape to find a way to win this game in the waning seconds, Jesse. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Gators! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Jones wants to throw it. Can't hit his man in the end zone. The 2-point conversion fails, and it remains a 5-point game here in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Escapes the pressure to his right. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Unloads it downfield. Leaping grab for a big gain. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
That is exactly what this offense needed. The clock's winding down. You got to make a play. You go to your big play wide receiver. He chews up some yards. This offense is in a great spot.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackled in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
They're dealing with a second and long. Throwing Sellers. Buying some time. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Again, it's Sellers. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. The Gamecocks with a response and a touchdown of their own. No-brainer this late in the game. Up by 1, you got to go for 2 and try to push it out to a 3-point edge. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Jones to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. Timeout is called with just a single second left. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. And this one is no good. Right on target, just a touch short. They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, The possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great